How is everybody doing today? And in this video, we are going to cover all the brand new events and also banners coming into Heaven Burns Red. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because yes, they just announced the New Year celebration events. And this is going to come with a bunch of new characters and also some things that we are going to talk about in a quick second. But realistically, majority of the things we are going to cover are going to be these specific characters when it comes to the Yotsuha, Muua, and also Seira. I think that's how you're saying her name. I'm not 100% sure, but we are going to talk about these guys all specifically and also what they do, how valuable they are, should you summon, all that different type of stuff that you need to know about these characters. And then of course, we are going to go ahead and look at all the events and what it means, of course. So going ahead, talking about some of these characters, but before we get into that, make sure you would like, comment, sub, all that different type of stuff if you're excited for brand new stuff in Heaven Burns Red. And because I would love to create more content, I actually had a guide ready for today that I was going to post, but since this dropped, I'm going to go ahead and cover this first. So going into Yotsuha, we are going to see that she is going to be a fire pierce unit, and the great thing about her is that she will be a buffer. This Yotsuha is going to be specifically helping out fire damage dealers, which we have a very small pool of that actually are going to use it to its utmost potential, which is of course going to be the double S Ruka and also the double S Minori, because these are only attackers in the game at the current moment that could make use of the fire damage bonus to its max potential. Of course, there are some other units that are fire, but they're not going to be doing as much damage as these guys, as this is their primary role for the most part. So this Ruka specifically is probably going to get the most amount of, I can say, buffs from this, just because you are going to get that fire damage bonus from Yotsuha. And not only that, you also have the S Ruka from the exchange shop that also has a fire AoE unit move, so which is going to be really good for this Ruka that you can implant into her skill line, which is going to be just overall beautiful for farming or overall taking down a bunch of enemies all down at once. So this Ruka is definitely going to get a pretty big buff from this Yotsuha. And not only that, this Minori as well can also benefit from this, just because she does have the fire damage move in her kit. There are going to be more fire damage units in the future, and not only that, Yotsuha has been used for a very long time in JP, so she's going to be a pretty big catch when it comes to summoning on her banner. But I think the best part about this is that this will be with two SSs, or two rate up SSs, which is going to be Muua and Yotsuha. And Muua is actually another really great character, so not only are you getting the bang for your buck with both of these characters being on the same banner, but they're both pretty valuable. So whichever SS you get is pretty much going to be a pretty big deal for a pretty nice buff. Now, of course, if you don't have any fire attack buffers at the current moment and you get Yotsuha, that might be a little bit of a problem, but at least in the future, if you do end up getting a fire unit, you already have a buffer for them. While Muua is actually going to be a little bit more of a general support or a general healer, because she does have quite a bit in her kit that's going to be absolutely amazing. One of the main things in her kit that she's going to have is going to be her Mind's Eye buff that she will provide to the team. And not only that, she also is going to be healing as well. So not only are we going to have another healer in the game, we also have a character who's going to be buffing, but they're also going to be as a healer. So this means that you are going to be able to save those spots on your team to be able to give not only the Mind's Eye buff, which is rarely on units, but you're also getting that heal off with her as well, which is really great. Not only that, she also does have an AoE attack that has a chance of being able to give you back your SP, which is pretty good. I think having this is a really nice thing to have for dungeons. So not only is Muua going to be really great when it comes to farming in those dungeons, clearing out those AoE characters or AoE enemies, but you're also going to have that heal and also Mind's Eye buff, which is going to be absolutely beautiful and really strong, especially because Mind's Eye is going to be able to allow you to boost up that damage when you are going against a certain weakness, which is absolutely amazing. These two characters on the same banner are going to be pretty valuable, and not only that, when you get an SS, hopefully you get either or, it's going to be a pretty big boost to your account. The other character that we are going to be looking at is the Seira, and she is going to be a little bit of the lesser characters that you probably want over the Yotsuha and the Muua. Muua is giving a really nice buff with being a healer and also has a really good AoE attack. Yotsuha, really strong fire buffer, while Seira, she's also going to be an ice buffer who is going to be giving defense. This is a really nice thing to have, not necessarily 100% needed as a character. She does look really nice, don't get me wrong, but this Muua and this Yotsuha are definitely going to be the MVPs of the celebration if you are going to be summoning, which I do recommend. This Muua is going to be very strong for quite some time until we end up getting Suit Tama in the future, but that is far into the future, and I don't want a lot of people looking at the game and seeing all these OP units are coming out later, let me go ahead and save all my crystals or save all of my currency for those units that are going to come out years later, which I know we are getting fast forwarded when it comes to banners, but I don't think it's going to be to the point where we're never going to be able to summon and we won't have enough currency to pull for them in the future. I do think getting these hard hitter characters like Yotsuha and Muua are going to be pretty big investments into your account and will allow you to clear non-stop up until we get to those really cool characters in the future. And when that does come, or when they're close to coming out, I will also be making videos telling you to prepare, telling you what to do, telling you how many banners are probably away from those characters. So I really do intend on updating y'all as much as I possibly can, but these guys are going to be a really good boost in your account, really good boost in having these characters onto any team that you're going to be using, especially that Muua, who's being able to give you that buff, being able to give you a nice heal, and then Yotsuha for those that have fire damage dealers like this Ruka or this Minori. Going on to the rest of the events, we are going to be getting a new event story. So guess what? That means a free 1,500 crystals, which are really good. I'm not gonna lie, that's free S rank tickets, that is free materials, all that different type of stuff. So that's gonna be absolutely amazing. We are also going to be getting more of the life stones. So I'm not gonna lie, my mailbox is full of them. I haven't had the chance to grind like a crazy amount, but I have been using them quite some time and they just keep refilling. So we are going to be getting more life crystals or life stones. Make sure to use yours and don't let your mailbox fill up all the way. Make sure they don't expire. That's the main thing. If they don't expire, keep them in the mailbox. If they're about to expire, like I had some of mine was about to expire yesterday, go ahead, use some life stones, grab those, wait till it's time for them to expire again. For the most part, if you haven't already started grinding all of your stuff, it's a good time to do so. They are just giving us non-stop life stones, which is absolutely amazing. We are also going to be getting more upgrade items from the missions that they're going to be giving us, which is really nice since they are trying to catch us up, I'm assuming, to JP with how they're fast tracking a lot of the stuff that we're getting. And we're also going to be getting the anachronies. I don't know how to say that specifically. We're finally getting this mode. I don't know specifically what this mode gives yet. If you would like to let us know in the comments, go ahead and do so. I'll pin it at the top for those that don't know. I also, of course, will be probably talking about this in another video once I research this a little bit more, but we are going to be getting this mode finally next year into the weekends, because as you may see, whenever we get close to the anachronies coming out, they say only available on weekends. So this is going to be very interesting to see what these guys are. We're going to be getting a brand new score challenge, and we also are going to be getting the event story recommendation, which is of course the 3x tokens that you are going to be grinding out to basically clear out the store. You necessarily don't want to go ahead and do this when there's not a bonus. They're rotating out which events are giving us 3x tokens, and that's the absolute best time you should be taking to grind those events out, which 100% I cannot wait to clear the shop once this comes out, which is on January 3rd. Of course, these banners will be coming out. It does say we can exchange the Seira on this banner. I don't know if it's going to follow the exact same premise of the Tama banner, and it looks like it does, where Tama, Wacky, and Bungo are all in the same banner, but those are rate up. It seems like that's going to be the case, so you might get a chance to see all three of them if you're lucky. But for the most part, this would be the better of the two banners to summon on, since she will be a rate lower, which would be more beneficial to you so that you can get the Yotsuha or the Muua. We're also going to see another login recruitment free once a day, so you have a chance of picking up some cool new units. A blaster recruitment event, not necessarily needed for the most part. A 1 SS guaranteed recruitment, which has the Tama on it, which I tried to summon for and they didn't want to give it to me. And this is pay to courts exclusive. Sucks for the most part, but I would love to get that Tama. And then we are going to be getting some goodies as well when it comes to the New Year's paid packs that you can get. That $70 pack looks absolutely insane with 10,000 quartz, 2 10 rolls, a 10 roll of an S or above, and 10 SS shards. That's absolutely insane. And then the $20 one is going to be 3,000 quartz, 1 10 roll, and then 1 10 roll S or above. Not gonna lie, that's pretty good value. I'm not gonna lie to you, but that is going to be all of the New Year celebration stuff. Let me know what you are most excited for. Let me know if you are going to be pulling for these characters. I do think these are pretty valuable characters. Of course, we have a bunch of characters coming out in the future that are going to be absolutely insane. We're talking about new Rukas, new Yukis, the Angel Beats collab characters where they're able to have 2 in 1 unit. That's a lot of stuff that we're getting in the future, but But right now, these guys look pretty valuable when it comes to what they're able to provide, especially to some of the characters that we have currently in the game. But other than that, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what y'all are excited for. Let me know what you are going to grind out. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one, and peace.